Hello, guys. Now, on today's podcast, I hope you're doing good and all right. On today's podcast, I want to talk about the key understanding on working on your dyslexia. Now, I hope we really get some value from this, and this is really inspired by yesterday I did a little coaching session with someone, and it really came out, and I think this little tidbit could help a lot of you out there who want to find answers, who are searching for dyslexia, who maybe recently diagnosed as dyslexic, or just want to find more about dyslexia, and this will give you a little bit of guidance on a way forward.
So the big question is this: how can dyslexics like us create a place, a community, a tribe where people at any stage of life can come and solve any challenge, amplify their strengths, and ultimately help them become who they were meant to be, or in other words, conquer their dyslexia? That is the question, and this show is the answer. My name's Theo Goff, and welcome to the Conquering Dyslexia podcast.
So, on today's podcast, I want to talk about what is the most important thing to realize when you want to work on your dyslexia. And I remember having this big conversation, someone about kind of like, what is dyslexia, about understanding dyslexia. And because when you read stuff, things can get complex about what is dyslexia, where's its origin, and how does it apply in your thinking, and all this stuff. And there's a lot of complex information, trying to break it down in a really simple form. And at the end of the discussion, when we spoke about a lot of things, and I was like, look, at the end of the day, it's this. We have dyslexia, but ultimately, we have these challenges that we want to overcome, and now we've kind of being diagnosed with dyslexia is labeling it, is pointing a finger at why I'm struggling with all these things. And it's not something negative about ourselves, not because we're slow, not because we're dumb, but because we're this thing called dyslexic. It's it could be a weight off our shoulders, it could be a newfound thing in our life. But ultimately, when we want to find out more about dyslexia and really work on it, at the end of the day, we're working on ourselves. We work on our own self-improvement, i.e. working on the things that we, improving ourselves, working on things that we are finding hard. Because at the end of the day, we are dyslexic. Dyslexia is a part of us. It's not the separate part of us they want to get rid of. Dyslexic can never ever get rid of dyslexia. We never cure dyslexia. We never solve dyslexia, and we don't want to. But yet we want to solve the negative side of dyslexia, or the learning disability side of dyslexia, and the side of the dyslexia that disables us, and that comes in two forms. One form would be the emotional side of things, how the damage of you being in school and not learning properly and seeing everyone else doing it apart from yourself. And then the other side was the actual dyslexia, the actual the reading, the writing, the thinking, the processing, the understanding of things. But at the end of the day, look, it's we've got to look at things and how they are. We are dyslexic, and we are different than other people. But we've got to look at it from the standpoint of, I've got to work on myself. That's all it is. It's all self-improvement. And when people talk and say, oh, dyslexia is a gift, and I've said that many times, because to me it is a gift. 100% to my life right now, and I'm very confident for the rest of my life dyslexia will continue to be a gift in my life. Has it always been a gift? No. Was it born a gift? No. How did it become a gift? Two things have to happen. One, I have to have dyslexia and understand dyslexia, and not understand it to the point where I'm an expert and I know the ins and outs, but understand dyslexia. And look, this is what I've got. It's not this negative thing. It's not this thing that only affects reading and writing. Things that affect my whole life. And there's good sides of it and bad sides of it. Now, first part. Second part is that you've got to work on it. You've got to, what were you saying, in the 12 steps, step number 1 is do whatever it takes to not let dyslexia use you. To use your dyslexia. To not let dyslexia stop you in your life at all. And this comes with a fight. This is a fight over months, over years. Of understanding our dyslexia and finding solutions to all of our challenges. And like I said, there's 3 types of solutions. One, we can fix the problem. We can, for reading, we find a reading program to help us to read. With writing, help us to write. All that kind of stuff. And that's only 10% of the solutions. or we actually fix, or we find a workaround. We find someone else to spell correct the work. We find a technology. We find an app. And the last one is we just change our view about it. We can't do the other two solutions, so we change our view about it and we stop thinking about it. So we go about that and we solve all the others, like when we overcome the negative side of dyslexia. And after this battle, and there's no like clear finish. This is a continuous battle, but eventually you get to a point when you realize you are where you are in your life right now, not despite your dyslexia, not because you work so hard despite your dyslexia, but you are where you are because of your dyslexia. Because if you never had dyslexia, you have to work so hard on yourself to be at a point where you are now. And the point where you are now, you're so grateful for, and you would do and you wouldn't do anything to like take it back. That means you have to be grateful for your dyslexia, because it ultimately got you there. It gave you the motivation, gave you the fuel, gave you the reasons, gave you the excuses to work really hard and to achieve that goal. Anyway, guys, I wanted to make this a little, because I've done some longer ones, I want to make this a little short, sharp message out there. Now, sorry about the audio if it is ringing. I've been working a little while trying to stop it. I might have to get something new little audio equipment, maybe. But guys, I hope we really take this message on about it's about working ourselves. The most important part, like the most important key about realizing about improving our dyslexia, is that it's self-improvement. It's ultimately about a journey where we're improving ourselves, and the further we go down this journey, the more we can reap the rewards. Anyway, guys, I hope you're doing good, hope you're doing well, and hope you took some information anyway about the coaching. Still doing it. I'll put a link down below. If you're interested, send me an email, send me a message, or schedule a call with me. All of that great stuff. Anyway, guys, take care, farewell, and bye.